Alright, timeout. We're starting again. This is the best character that Remy can still zone. Everyone who's better than Urian, Remy like can't zone anymore. Hi everyone. So this is like kind of a noble matchup. This is January 4th. This must still be people from this must be right around Co-op Cup right before. They must have had some people over from Co-op Cup. Maybe. I don't know. Fuck. I don't know where Co-op Cup happened. I don't know where these things happen. Remy's fireballs are pretty good in general against most of the cast. They're just completely non-rewarding. They do a decent job of controlling space. They just build Remy no meter, and they do no damage, and they also give the opponent lots of parry opportunities, and the parries build meter for the opponent. So overall, they're like, you know, not super useful. He low profiled it. If he parried both hits, he would have let Urian dash in. That's the funny thing. He would have gotten the meter for two parries, but then Urian would have gotten two dashes, or like one dash. And then he would have been able to get some pressure on the parrying Remy, if it was one dash. But instead, Remy, like, low-profiled the EX Fireball. Urian's EX Fireball is unusually high up compared to other projectiles. For example, even though it looks to be an identical animation to his regular Fireball, Oro can clean duck under, or like Chun-Li I think as well, and Elena. They can clean duck under the EX Fireball, even though they can't duck under the regular one, even though they appear to be at the same height. Urian's EX Fireball has like a narrower hitbox. I like see Urian try EX Fireball about once, like probably once every few years. It's not a very good move. It doesn't really do anything more accurately. It's very slow, and it doesn't like support any of his sort of offense at all. These knee drops keep working. Knee drops are really unsafe. They're not even an overhead, I don't think. Maybe they are. But if you just block them, you can punish them. Remy's punishes might not be great. But he should be able to at least, like, parry into... They have a consistent parry timing. He should be able to parry them into walk forward, crouch fierce. I don't think he can block into walk forward, crouch fierce, though. Oro can always punish with, it depends on the height which Urian connects. Oro can sometimes punish with walk in, stand strong, but he can always punish with stand forward. If you parry, he can always punish with stand strong. Stand strong is naturally much more rewarding. Elena's kind of notable for being very middling against high tiers and very good against low tiers. I wonder if this is one of her strong matchups. She has like net amazing matchups against low tier characters. Remy's French. That's why a lot of people like to suggest a relationship with him and Abel. Because naturally all French people know each other. Well, they dash to each other. I wonder if Hugo and Junie and Julie know each other. Six four Elena. That's not too bad. I don't know if I've ever seen anyone with that name. That seems pretty memorable too. So 30th anniversary comes out in May. That's plenty of time for Street Fighter V to be out. Plenty of time for me to make videos on it. What do you mean here? Are you matchmaking in my chat? I took here to mean my chat. Oh, I don't even know who's in my Discord. Bunch of strangers. I only know the ones that talk. There's a good chance that it is indeed the British player. This was like a 2-hour Third Strike broadcast, a little bit longer than usual, and with some different commentators. Yeah, look at that mirror. He tried to poke through the mirror. He actually bumped it. Hi. Damn, what is that name? Wow, so amazing. That kind of parry into tackle is, whew. That kind of parry into tackle is really unsafe on parry. It's real good on block, though. Ooh, nice. Nice combo. You don't really see that kind of combo from... That's like a corner-only combo. You don't really see that style of combo from Urian very much. It's like a Street Fighter V combo almost. Start super. That's really not that bad for Remy. Someone, Javits, made a tweet recently who was like, he was surprised at how few attacks characters have. Is that true? What's it like? Was he talking about special moves or what? Command normals? Mike Z, it was Mike Z. Mike Z said it. I was thinking of someone, but I didn't remember who. Someone on my feed. He expressed his worry that it would be a party game, and that people who played Marvel wouldn't be switching to it. I think Mike Z isn't himself a Marvel player, so his opinion means at least something, but maybe not a whole lot, being one person and all. This Remy, I don't know. Tori something. I think that's Tori. It reads like a Japanese last name, but I forget the second character. Nice. Crouching cat for extra frames. I have no idea if Mike played 3. Call him Toba-chan. It could be Toba. That could be how you pronounce that. No idea. It's a mystery. If it's wing, then they would have a kanji combination then. Yeah, there it is. Toba. Chicken wing, bird wing, bird wing. Chickens are informally referred to as tori, but I think it's just short for niwatori, which is like garden bird, I think. Niwatori has its own kanji. Surprising. It might be an old-ass word. Bird wing. Final answer. Sean? Ryaru. Sean, dude. Oh, wake up EXDP. I don't remember if that has invincibility. Well, I know it has some. I don't know. I don't remember if it has enough. Some meaties are really good at catching, like the full invulnerability, and some aren't. It's like there's kind of this weird little mix-up scenario where the opponent can wake up with like an instant light. Not that that's very good or rewarding or anything. Let's say an instant throw. The opponent can wake up with an instant throw, or like wake up with an EXTP, and if you do a slightly delayed meaty, oh my god. If you do a slightly delayed meaty, it'll beat their it'll let them get thrown, or you'll get thrown. But if they do EX uppercut, it'll beat their uppercut before it can come out. After the invincibility frames are worn off, but before you get hit. But then if there's a... And that's for like non-EX DPs, like Ken's hard DP, for example. It's pretty much like that. And then if you do an instant meaty, like on their... Like the active frames lined up with their first wake-up frames, you'll beat their... Caught off by this commentary. You'll beat their grabs, but their invincibility will be long enough to go through your active frames. So the really nice meaties are the ones with lots and lots of active frames that'll catch both scenarios. Like I think Ryu and Akuma stay medium kick has like a long meaty window. You basically have to be lucky to win with Sean against a good opponent. You could have confirmed off the first one. Ended up being better. Going for the second one though. Sean is not a proto anything. Sean's a proto bad. Desora. Where have I heard that name? Wasn't that like a Goken? Or something? Wasn't there a Goken with the name Desora? I wonder if this is that guy. Wouldn't that be crazy? Like one of the really good Japanese Goken players. Shoulder forward dash so good. On hit universal overhead at the forward jump. Really easy way of catching someone hitting buttons. People tend to hit buttons after universal overhead. It leaves you at close to neutral frames depending on the context of the hit. Whether it's blocked. If you block it, it's like unsafe usually. Or it'll be minus or even about neutral if it's like perfectly meaty or perfectly spaced. Whoa. On hit, it depends on the character. What a bad punish. He was probably going for Stand Fierce medium DP super. I think that works on Shotos. Nice spacing. Look how the portraits have the colors of the Kens. I always like that about this game. He went for the... It's weird. It like that could have been EX Tatsu from either of them. Or maybe just from gold. It's weird seeing that kind of anti-air with Ken, neutral jump, medium kick, when Ken's grounded anti-airs are actually like above, above. What am I trying to say? Better than usual, better than average, above par. Above par makes it sound bad, but below par also makes it sound bad. Above average. Ken's anti-airs are above average. Whatever. Good enough. Tried to low profile and I guess it worked. Parry EX auto. Whoa! Oh, caught him jumping. I saw pre-jump frames. That's probably unparryable. You can parry the frame that you leave the ground. And you can parry, you know, if you don't jump. But in the period between hitting up and jumping, you can't parry. Which also means that you can't, like, parry like an EX fireball, like one hit on the ground and then jump and then parry the next hit midair. Crouch hard punch into Shoryu is really good, but the problem is you have to let the opponent fall kind of far before if you want like the cancelable frames of Crouch Fierce. But that's fine if you just OS a parry before your anti-air Crouch Fierce. If you do EX Fireball too, it's a little bit slower, but they can still land into it. And also, it's safe if they parry both hits of EX Fireball, even if they're close. No, I did not. I did not see Ryu's new Crouch Medium Kick. Is it actually good? Showed a like. Nice. That's what I wanted. Anti-air jump. Weird. Whiff classic Ken. Whiff stay medium kick into OS parry. Wake up TC. Oh, stand short, dude. Oh, people don't usually look for chip that much in this game. Nice punish. Looking for chip is something you usually do when you yourself are like pretty close to chip. Three frame is still okay. One frame would be good though. One frame would be a lot better. But three frame is still extremely good. Just means you have to actually respect wake up, but like most, it's like hard to have a two frame trap. Most characters can't do it at all, and the characters who can do it would prefer not to. I wanted, they fixed the wrong thing for me, for Ed. I'm really glad about the crouch medium kick. That's a step in the right direction. But I was hoping for a change to the Psycho Upper rather than the change to his normals. Although I do want his normals to be changed too. His normals are not bad, but they're kind of jank. I get the feeling playing Ed, I don't know, I feel like he doesn't have enough normals. I know he's got like exactly the same amount as everyone else, give or take a few. Frame 1 active means it's a real wake up. So Ryu's, it's like a focus attack, right? Well, not really, but kind of. It's like his V skill, but if you get the parry, he does a follow-up hit instantly, right? He turns invincible and does a follow-up hit. And the follow-up hit crumples, something like that. That's a pretty cool V-trigger. To be honest, it sounds a lot better than his V-trigger 1, but I guess if they added juggle potential to his DPs off V-trigger 1, that's better anyway. V-trigger 1 is like hard to justify at all. But if they buffed elements of it, then it could be okay. Colleen's counter. Colleen's counter is like a hit grab. This one's more like Abigail's, right? Where he becomes invincible and just interrupts you. But if the attack whiffs, it doesn't actually, you know. Is it armored or is it just like magic? Because armored means it won't work on supers. Magic means it will work on supers. Cute. Ooh, that's good then. Armor would be worse. Armor's only better in that it gives you V meter, but if you're using a V trigger, you already have V meter. Ryu's parry, his V skill, is not armor. It's just magic, which is what allows him to parry supers. Magic is a very informal term. Everyone's acting like Shin Ryuken is really bad, and I'm sad because it looks cool. Why is Sean never used? Sean is not only low tier, he's redundant with a better character. Anything Sean can do that's even remotely good, Ken can also do. That wasn't like a hard parry, but if you messed it up, he died. So I guess it was a nice parry. Ugh. Only 3. That wasn't super fast mashing. That was probably a punish low strong. He could have done something better though. Yeah, look at that. He was ready for more parries too, to his credit. He was expecting a cancel there. Green Ken didn't do one. Ugh. That would have only been 3 hits, but the way he landed on it didn't change the timing. It was just a fuck up. That was just an easy parry. Post KO cancel is quite hard. Mm-hmm. He cut off some damage. Well, he cut off quite a lot, especially since the Green Ken missed the juggle. Nice. Canceled the low strong. More consistent than linking it. How many pops do you get for Shinryuken? Is it just one? I know you can juggle out of it, at least into super. Ooh. No chip out for you. That failed super. I think he was crouching, right? That would have been nice. This is like an actual East versus West. We got all these Japanese versus West players. Oh, I see. So it's a little bit like Zengi V-Trigger 1. You can do like a big one with a combo, or you can do little ones. That's pretty good. What happens if you do one little one and then try and do a big one? Or is it just like only the first one can be a big one? I actually don't believe in the term whiff punish as it applies to Street Fighter V. This is a lot of new shit to learn. I guess I'm going to be playing Ibuki, and I guess I need to learn how to throw a giant kunai. So is it like an unmashed, partially mashed, fully mashed? And it just takes you to partially mashed if you mash your second one? Giant shuriken. Alright, cool, I understand then. Whoa, it ended. I got more though. Two Makotos. Ototo. Ototo means brother. Means specifically younger brother. That comboed. Ton and Renki. Ibuki, like, I don't know. She's certainly not reliant on her V-trigger anyway. Not that it's bad, it's really good. Her V-trigger one. Oh, he tried to be cute. That would have killed if that Fukiaga hit. Can't block. Cannot block, cannot block, cannot block. If Tandi Renki is active, you cannot block. There are some cute things you can do with Tanden Renki. I'm pretty sure you can do normal to Tanden Renki and then link. Like Stand Fierce, Tanden Renki, Low Strong, or something like that. You can't cancel dash punches into super. It would actually be really busted if you could. Alright, here I am. Abigail's V-Trigger 2 lets him run at you. You can do it after an Abigail punch. That's one of the only ones I actually know. Tanden Renki is like mostly memes. It's not even that bad. Makoto would rather have the consistency of her other two supers. Her other two supers are quite good. She has an easy time confirming Super 2 using the Karakusa. If not for Karakusa, it would be very difficult to use. She'd have to use it after like parry into Stand Fierce. Karakusa makes it really easy to confirm. And then it also does the additional stun. You need to pick up the touch of stun on mid-stun characters. Ooh, here we go. This won't kill. How'd he X? He did. She's dead to it. Yup. Makoto can get lucky. That's one of the virtues of her character design. Okay. Wow, what a bitch punish. He didn't even pay the last hit. Yo, that was cool. It's really risky doing that. There's a little bit of a vacuum effect in Makoto Super 1, but if the first hit whiffs, she won't even do the other hits. And if the first hit hits at max range, you'll get whiffed hits in the middle, but it's still combos. She can lose like the third and fourth hit, and the fifth hit will still combo from the second, for example, I think. But you lose a good amount of damage, so it's not great. It's something you'd avoid. So most Makotos don't really try to do the poke canceled into Super 1. Ooh, very difficult situation there. Makoto didn't know it was coming. Could be a low. Could be a Hyakura. Could be a delayed high, which it was. Could be a throw. He had like a really good chance of just dying. Yeah. Air Connect Seichu usually works, but it always looks sketchy. Fortunately, Makoto doesn't really have that many setups where she lands Air Connect Super 1. She can get like air to air and to dash in into Air Connect Super 1, which is pretty cool looking. I think only after air to air lights or air to air mediums. Um, I've seen it on reaction to like stuff. That's only, I don't know. Never ever. I get like, I don't know. It's been too long. I could do some of the new characters in Street Fighter 5. I could do like Zeku or someone. Minot. Did I do Minot? Mene? Many? I forget where I stopped. I started doing some of the new characters. Did I do Abigail? Did I do Colin? That Dashin Hyaku Tsukyaku was so hard to do anything about. I'd like to know most everything about Gen, apart from FADC stuff. But the FADC stuff is a really, really big core part of his combos. You're still playing Street Fighter 4? And you still want to learn how to play Gouken? Just watch, like, go watch Disora. Just go watch a bunch of Bullcat videos. That sounds kind of fun. I need to go actually look at my playlist. In fact, time out, I'm going to do it right now. No one go anywhere. Okay, I evidently did Abigail. Didn't I? Or is this even me? This isn't me. Where's my playlists? I typed in character introductions. But I got a Capcom video. SF5 character introductions, 24 videos. I did Colleen at some point. I did Dulcim and Abigail. I did Yuri and Akuma, Juri, Ibuki, Balrog, Vega, Ken, Ziggy. Okay, this is all like... I thought the Nikeli one got cut off, so I had to like put it up as 2 videos. I've never done Ed. I know enough about Ed to like theoretically do a short little video on him. It seems very stupid to do it now and not just do it after the fucking new version comes out. Fong. I don't think I did Fong. I did most of the original 16 characters. I like skipped like 3 or 4. I didn't do Fong. I didn't do Mika. I like know enough about Fong to do Fong. His combo routes are pretty simple, and his options like are, well, there's some intricacy. Fong is not a character without any intricacy. So I did Colleen and Abigail, the only characters I did of Season 2. So who else is there? There's Ed. There's Minot and Zeku. I know enough about all of them to do that. I won that Minot and the Zeku Cup, actually. And I came second in the Ed Cup. Alright, where were we? Zeku is a character I've been eyeballing. Been thinking about, what have I played this guy? The only thing about the lack of complexity frustrates me a little bit with Zeku. It feels like he plays like 2 half characters. Or like 2/3 characters, more accurately. I know you can swap between them, but you can't swap through them. You can't swap between them on the fly like Gen can. So it doesn't actually. I don't truly feel like I'm ever playing 2 different characters with Zeku. I mean, they are 2 different characters. They're extremely different. But I never feel like I'm playing 2 characters at once. So I can play one simple character and then one other slightly less simple character. From what I know of both of them, Old Zeku is the much more simple one. Although, I don't know, the command jump is pretty neat. It's not without tech, it's kind of deep. There's set play with it. There's some stylish stuff you can do. His struggles are moderately straightforward. And most of his moves have, like, you know, very clear use and very little use outside of that initial clear use. His normals aren't super technical. He actually has some of the least technical normals. Where was I? Just picked up Necro, and used for body slammer. Is it always just Electric Snake? It's actually Super 1 and Super 3 you should be choosing between. If you're asking me if when you say body slam, are you talking about Super 2? Super 1 is situationally really good, and Super 3 is situationally really good. It really depends on your playstyle which one you prefer. Super 1 is a pretty damn good anti-air. It also is like... I don't know. I think the damage of Super 3 is actually a lot higher, now that I think about it. In corners anyway. Mid-screen, I think the damage of Super 1 is higher. I'm not an expert, but I think you can combo Super 2 after a hard hammer hook. You should be able to anyway. I don't think I've ever seen a Necro do it, but like theoretically it works. Because it causes a back turn. And you can combo command grabs after back turn. And Necro has exactly 2 command grabs. He's got the low snatch hit grab thing. And he's got that Super 2. Any advice? I don't know about Necro, man. Necro's weird. Most of the intricacy of Necro is how you move. Do drills and stuff. Poking is overrated. You want most of your poking to be kind of low commit normals like stand jab, stand strong. Maybe low forward if you want. Two is the right number. 3 is a little bit too many. See that very stomp into light kick has the light kick connect super late. So Chun-Li lands like way after you. You guys see that? I don't remember which. Both of his overheads are like a little shit, but you know, having an overhead is nice. Necros go to anti-airs. If you do anti-air electricity, most characters can't really do anything good about it. But it's, I don't know. You might need to do OS parry into anti-air electricity on some characters. If you stop doing electricity as they get hit, you can actually juggle out of it. But if they parry that one hit and you stop mashing as they parry it, you know, they get to punish you. So it's kind of like a risk reward kind of thing. You can just always mash until you see a hit every time. Or you can try and time, you know, you can analyze whether you think they're not going to be able to parry. All tornado hooks are technically quite risky, since you can red parry the second hit. But you'll play quite a while before you find anyone ready to do that at all, let alone every time. MK liked also anti-air. Necro usually anti-airs with back fierce or what's the other one? Is it low strong? I can't even picture his low strong. I think he reaches up in the air. Definitely back fierce though. It's the better one because that one leads to a juggle. That being said, back fierce is like a normal where if you do it, you get bodied if they parry it. There's no way to save it if they parry it. His juggles in the corner are pretty nuts, especially when you bring Super 3 into the mix since that's a launcher. What about Ibuki? I'm eating delicious, what do you call this stuff? Rigatoni? It's not ZT, it's tinier. Is rigatoni like the one that's like, it's got holes in it? I think it's rigatoni. Ibuki's one of the most fair characters in this whole game. Oh my god. That was a good whiff punish. Ibuki has like a smidge of set play, but not a whole lot. The only really dirty thing she has is the, oh, that can be a combo, I think. If you just do super straight away. I don't even know what wagon wheel is. Ooh. That towards hard kick does a lot of stun. Ooh, nice. Yes! Ibuki's not that notable in this game. There aren't that many people who even play her. And she's not like... She needs a super good player in order to convince you that she's cheap. Yeah, I'm eating cylinders. Oh, the pasta? No, the ones I'm eating, they're cylindrical. They're like ZT but smaller. And they're ribbed. They got like grooves on the edges. I put pineapple on pizza. I don't understand how anyone has a strong opinion on that at all. I know it's just memes. But I think there's someone out there who takes it seriously. It's like impossible to have an opinion on someone else's like tastes anyway. That's like the whole point of the concept of taste, is that it changes based on each person. That's like the whole point of opinions. Ibuki stash always moves through the opponent. That was an air TC in case of the parry. Jump jab, jump towards fierce. Street Fighter 4 meaty. You don't really see that in this game. It didn't work anyway. It probably would have if he jumped later. This is quite easy to react to. It's more. It depends. Ibuki doesn't. It's because she could cancel the command dash and do, you know, a parry, or cancel the command dash and like hit you again. It's more that getting thrown in this game doesn't really matter. That's gonna kill. Okay, never mind. I didn't kill. There are like much more offensive ingredients to put on a pizza. I don't know why everyone has like up in arms about fucking pineapples. I think in Australia they put eggs on pizza. I think a lot of characters duck low roundhouse into far roundhouse, but Urian doesn't. If you like fish and you like salty shit, anchovies are just fine. Okay, I firmly believe that you can put an egg on literally anything, okay? Like you can just toss an egg onto like 90% of foods and it'll make the food better. Eggs are versatile, dude. Put an egg on a salad, any salad, it works. Put an egg on bread. Put an egg on fucking most meats. Pretty much any meat. It's like a short list of things you can't put an egg on. A chump jab. He's dead. There's no way out of that except a really, really long parry. I wonder if there's some way to make like egg flavored ice cream that's like good, rather. Egg flavored ice cream that's tasty. That was a crouch jab. I don't see Oro's crouch jab animation very often. It literally does nothing. It's like his most useless normal. It's weird seeing it. It's not great at hitting the opponent out of stuff, or rather it's outclassed by like far light kick. You don't use it for his like... It requires you to stop and crouch, so it's technically a few frames slower for... It's not technically a few frames slower, but functionally it's a few frames slower during his Tengu Stone pressure, so you'd rather use light kick for that too, or crouch light kick, which is an actual low. That's true. Mayo is egg. He can double jump and hit her. Yeah, that's exactly what I would have done, that exact sequence. I was picturing like an egg over easy just tossed onto an ice cream ball. Towards strong. That's a good button against any character who can't crouch it. Well, I wouldn't call it good, but it's good enough. Most characters can duck it, but Hugo and Alex and I think Dudley. I don't remember if Dudley can. Urian. Certain characters can't crouch it. And it becomes a better normal against them. It's really fast for how far it goes. It's really good at picking up hits. Oh, this is me. Yeah. I do that exact shit. I don't see Oros do that almost ever. Super 2 and neutral. But it's really good against a lot of characters. So I don't know why people don't use it. EX knee is actually okay. Not necessarily as an anti-air. Regular knee is the bad one. Anti-air OS parry into stand strong into EX knee is actually Alex's best anti-air. By like a lot. By a good margin. Because the stand strong actually... If they parry the stand strong, the EX knee... Like, they have to parry the EX knee too. It is parryable. And if they don't parry the stand strong, it still combos into the EX knee. He tried that again. It gets him out, I guess. The best way out, if you're going to spend a bar, the best way out is to EX chop the fireball as it's coming in. EX chop removes like 2 or 3 hits, I forget the number. He keeps trying to jump. Like, that one worked pretty nicely for him. Or I failed to meet him. Cross-up stomp is pretty tricky, but... Ooh, yeah. Alex's hurt boxes are not very good in this game. One of his biggest enemies. Big fucking hurt boxes. Raw EX knee is not a very good anti-air. Or rather, it's no better than regular ass knee. It's not invincible or anything. Doesn't have any invincibility. It doesn't even have a good hitbox. Who's the best Oro NA? Hrove, then me. I'm surprised he didn't super there. I could maybe edge out Hrove if I practiced, but it's hard to say. I've done pretty well against him, and I've done a little badly against him. He's more consistent. Or should forward jump into air throw there. It's very tempting to just hit hard kick over and over, but forward jump air throw is basically like game over. You can snatch Ken while he's parrying before he hits the ground. What is this problem? Why would... Okay, there we go. Once the projectile hits Ken, you should move forward. If you move forward too early, Ken can just back up and scroll a screen. But once the projectile hits Ken, Aura should dash in and then do like a command grab, or a throw, or something like that. Join a community. Step 1, find a hobby. If you don't have a hobby, then pick up a new one. Maybe there's a chess club. Maybe there's like a drama club. Something like that. I don't know. Pretend to be gay and join the LGBT alliance. You can instantly tell if someone's gay or not, or qualify someone as gay or not, based on whether they think the traps are gay, since they are. I actually believe that sexuality is a spectrum. Like, unironically, I believe that. And I think that liking traps is somewhere between being really gay and being really straight. Somewhere in the middle. Oof. That anti-air. Ooh! I'd be happy with that if I was Akuma. He snuck a double KO out of a losing situation. Seems pretty simple to me. Spectrum theory. If they wanted to jack off to women, they could. If they wanted to jack off to men, they could. But instead, they have picked option 3. Jack off to something with some qualities of men and some qualities of women. It's like a best of both worlds. It's like I love titties and pretty girl faces, but I really love cock. That actually seems to be a lot of men, though. Raw drill. I like Necro Super 1 in this matchup. That was a bad one, though. Oh, no punish. That's always punishable, but the timing changes based on how much Necro mashes. It becomes more punishable the more you mash it. But, you know, ending it at an unpredictable time is helpful. Or I can actually do, I think Necro, you can do 2 hit stand strong into medium stomp and then juggle an uppercut. So you get a slightly improved combo on Necro instead of just doing 2 hit stand strong into snare and house. This can kill. Okay, it couldn't kill. He didn't have near as much meter. I was about to say that's a good starter in a good screen position, but he was sitting on not even 1 bar. His next connect can kill, though. Next stand strong if it's in a good screen position. He can just do a kill combo. Good super. Yeah, it's unblockable. This should be fairly easy to close out. Yeah. Another super. Just do another one. Just do another one. I would have put up 2. Just give him 8 hits to parry. Tenshi? Like that Tenshi? New York Tenshi? Oh shit. Tenshi's the kind of guy who would play Aura. Is this that Asian Team Spooky guy? With the long hair? I remember this guy from a long time ago. Or is Tenshi the white guy with curly hair? Which one's which, damn it? I think I'm thinking of Tenshi and Nerd Josh. I think Tenshi's the Asian one. It's been so long, it's been years. No. And I've done that setup a lot on people. Once you get like a meaty orb, it's really easy to just get a kill scenario with just like randomly timed blows or a command grab. No one ever parries out. My day was pretty good. I went to work. I haven't worked in a little while. Yeah, that's safe on parry. That was not a punish though. He only parried once actually, so maybe it could have been a punish. Alright, so can he escape? Reversal Stomp escapes this. He didn't try for it. Reversal Stomp is a little bit weird to go for there. He's dead. There's like no way out. He couldn't block. He had to like he had to parry a few hits and then block. It was awkward. There was like no good way out at all. That's a good confirm. I'm a strong proponent of the 2 hit stand strong confirm. What was that? He went for a double jump into the roundhouse. He had a juggle there. Juggle would have killed. Yeah, I'm excited for that. More than that, I'm excited for Star Allies. Star Allies is like the game I'm hyped for right now. And AE, I suppose. It's you can always parry out. It's just hard. There's no setup that's impossible to parry out of. The parry is just a difficult parry. One. Oh, that was just he confirmed off of that. What is this juggle? Close forward into jump roundhouse? Oro can vary his timing to like make the parry different timings. That was some really, really nice escaping. Ooh, that was a good play. That would probably have worked if it was not against an Oro. But somehow, Oro was more aware of other Oro's tools. I wonder if that sin is like a reference to the Guilty Gear character, or if it's a reference to the 2 billion other sin things. Maybe it's Final Fantasy sin. Maybe it's Bible sin. No super. That was definitely a mistake. Super was good there. I don't care about the health meters. Super was just objectively the right play. He could have just won instantly if he landed a super. That was a punish. No, it wasn't. It could have been, though. Did I know Tinchi? I know of Tinchi. I used to watch old-ass Team Spooky streams, like house streams. He was there. That was nice. That's technically a launcher. Oh, he landed. Was the juggle potential out? What's sweep on for JP? I actually don't know. It was sweep into yeah, it was 6. He hit 6. If sweep was 1. Sweep is probably 1. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, or 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. And then Ken's at 6, so this isn't gonna juggle. It only juggles if you're 5 or less. Yeah, so Ken was guaranteed to hit the ground. This one, however. Oh, did you know that Oro is Oro backwards? I just got it. I'm pretty sure that Oro means gold in Spanish. And possibly Portuguese. And technically speaking, Oro is fighting representing Brazil, even though he is Japanese. Must be weird as fuck being Brazilian and like seeing all the Brazilian characters in this game. Huh, 3 stone. He did like a 5 stone setup using 3 stone. That was really strange. It definitely means it in Italian. I know that one for sure. I don't know if it applies to the other Romance languages. Peter was Brazilian. Dude, I've used Tinder and I found hella girls I used to know. There's nothing even weird about that. Girls you know are gonna be close to you. This is a difficult situation, but not inescapable. Sneaky. Or I can juggle a hard kick there if he's not otherwise occupied. I think he was that time because he was getting hit. Whew. I don't know any of these West Side players. Match made with your roommate. Did you swipe right? Did they swipe right? That's not a punish. Maybe it can be. Did he get reversal? I actually don't know Yun's EX shoulder on block because I never ever 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 block EX shoulder. It's like borderline useless information. Swiped right. I remember right when Tinder came out, my friend like came over with his phone. Actually, I was at his place. And he was like, check it out. This is an app that lets you be superficial. He like knew, even before it was like established that it let you be superficial. And then like him and my other friends were like sitting around the couch being all judgmental to these pictures of girls. They were like, oh honey, I don't like that. And then bam, left swipe. It didn't bother me per se, but I thought it was like pointless. It felt like a power fantasy. And whenever there's a power fantasy for something that's not something I've personally fantasized about, it always makes me uncomfortable. I shouldn't say always. But you know. Just take a better selfie. 80% of fucking all Tinder is taking a good first selfie. Fierce kills. No need to do any fancy combo. That combo is one of Urian's easiest. Okay, the actual point of Tinder is that you can match with a girl and then talk to the girl. I matched with a girl pretty recently who like hit on me. But she was like fat as fuck. I'm down with the fat as fuck girl as long as she's gonna try and lose weight. In fact, I would even help her lose weight. Let me read the exact messages. Let me read everyone, the girl hitting on me. The trick to taking a good selfie is that you actually have to take about 100 selfies. And then so in one of them, there'll be a good selfie. She said, hey Jam, is that your real name? And I said, my name is James, but my friends call me Jim or Jam. And she said, hold on, what'd she say? I was going to make a joke about you jamming your dick in me, but then you missed the message and now the mood is over. And then I said, well, thanks for the ego boost. And then she said, ha ha ha. That was our whole conversation. True story. Hold that. I feel like I actually saw this guy doing some stuff. I could probably do a booty call with her. Maybe. I mean, that's literally all my interaction with her, but she'd probably be down. Oh yeah, my message to her was like 10 hours after she sent the message, and she sent the initial message. Girls who send the first message are like, damn. "50-50 time. 50-50 time. Yup. Double low. Jam. Jam. That's like whenever I'm asked to list my name on like so and so, I type Jam. Whenever I introduce myself in person, I always say James, and then I let them do what they want. People can come up with some pretty creative nicknames. I've heard it all. I prefer Bath to the real name though. But you can't just have someone. You can't just tell someone call me Bath. This is an unblockable. It's a good one. Wide bodies. Nah, nice and deep. Nice deep universal overhead. That's always a prayer move, but it's always cool when it works. I love me a deep prayer universal overhead. He had a juggle there. If they parry the first hit of Crouch Fierce, you can juggle out the second hit. It's because the two hits are JP3 each. So if you get both hits, you get JP6, which is way too hard to do anything. But if you get one hit only, it's only JP3, so you can get like a knee. Or like even a Stand Strong EX knee. Or various other things. He threw Hugo into the corner there, so he actually had a lot of stuff he could do. You can actually parry normal and EX knee. Despite the fact that knee is actually a hit grab. Except it's a hit grab that doesn't hit grounded opponents. Flag to only hit jumping. It's funny that Bath is like a misspelled Bamf, and I'm like a misspelled Bamf. I'm like an IRL misspelling of a badass motherfucker. Clap is not too hard to react to in parry. But the problem is, especially if it's spaced, you basically don't get anything from parrying it. In fact, it can be bad to parry it if it's Super 1 Hugo. It's pretty funny, actually. If you parry Super 1 Hugo's clap, he can cancel to Super 1, and it will snatch you before you can like do anything from your parry. It's basically a combo. Parried clap combos into Super 1. Makoto. This guy's my spirit animal. This guy's the Japanese version of me because he plays exactly like me but in Japan. Similar skill level, similar technique. So I'm always super interested to see what he's doing. Every time I'm watching an Oro, I always think about what they do versus what I would have done in the same scenario. This guy like makes the same plays. That was a prayer. Usnavi. Usnavi. There are like several of pictures of me. I think you can find one literally by like typing Befehl into Google. Maybe several. That Stamfierce would have killed. That's true. There's a video of me casting some tournament. It's Wednesday Night Fights actually. Oh, it's gonna combo. That was mid-air aura, so he fell out. It was if you go on YouTube and search Awkward Nerd Hops on Commentary. That's the name of the video, and it's me. I do commentary with Vicious. I like want to go and do commentary like every week, but I don't know how to ask. I don't even know who I'd ask. There's too many other people doing it too. I don't want to like kick someone else off. Vicious was real chill. I like casually know him. I know enough Vicious to be like, hi Vicious, if I see him. Oh, he went for the red parry. I like that. It's basically low risk, high reward. There is a grody close-up of my foot. Let's commentate me commentating Street Fighter, whatever it was, 5? Empty jump stands strong. That catches people going for anti-air parry. Catches is a bit strong. It can catch. Nice. This is probably Chirithi, I guess. And I just didn't know how to fucking type it. People say the most wild shit when they're talking about like what they think I look like. It's like, oh, I pictured Cody from Street Fighter 4. I'm like, please. Low medium cake buffer legs. It wasn't a cancel, but it didn't need to be. Nice. He got the second hit, unfortunately. That was really bad for him. He wanted first hit. He would have had more meter build, longer combo. This can kill. This can actually kill. I wouldn't have gone for that. Okay, it looks like it's going to pay off. I don't think he needed that. No, maybe he did. Would like to hear me do commentary for games, but that's literally all I do. What am I doing right now? I'm watching a fighting game and pretending to give commentary on the fighting game, but actually not talking about it. Sherwin. That's such a cool name. Sherwin. Like Sherwin the name. Goof. I wasn't born to play fighting games, I was born to commentate them. Oh no. That's some nice interrupting by Dudley. He just low blocked the whole thing. No respect. It's like, fuck your overheads. I'm holding them back. Towards strong, I think? That's like Dudley's secret button. It's not great. It's not useless though. It's like a worse step kick than is towards forward. But it's still a step kick. Damn, don't be dissing my hairline. Liver blow. Isn't the other one something below 2? There's some things about your appearance you get to choose, and some things you don't get to choose. Your hairline is one of the things you don't get to choose. If it gets much worse, I'm just gonna shave it all. Just gonna be bald for the rest of my life. Bald looks okay. What is this? You juggle with fears. That's probably intended to be another fireball. That was a really strange juggle. I would never fuck around with shit like that. Pretty much any juggle except the ones you normally see are damage unoptimal. They just don't lose that much damage, and people like styling. What is this video? Is that MK? No, this is DCU. This is MK versus DCU. Good lord. I guess I should watch that. That's pretty interesting. That's something I want to see. Good lord. How neat. I've been meaning to stream MK versus DCU for a while, just to like check it out. But I guess that'll be after Deception. We'll like slowly build up to like, wouldn't it be kind of fun to just stream some of every MK game? And slowly build up to like, you know, modern shit. Yes, Oro is a fair character, and there's nothing cheap about this. I forget the name of them, but they made like just frame inputs to a lot of special moves in MK versus DCU. There's like pro moves or some bullshit like that. No, I've never ever played Dong Dong Never Die or whatever. It looks like memes. I've only seen footage of it once. That one footage convinced me that I never needed to see or interact with it ever again. I don't know what the hell's going on here. I would need to maybe actually open it. This can kill. He's got a Dizzy here, I think, with the EX. Huh, that was weird. He had like a true 50-50. Okay, this should still kill. Suddenly has no good way out of this. Sit hard kick is a good anti-air against twins. However, if they parry it, you know. But it will anti-air like dive kicks fairly easily. At the range where people like to do dive kicks. Anti-airs regular jumps too. I like that. Dash into super. Super into dash loses some time on your super. Whew. You're gonna have a really hard time finding stand strong with full meter against Yun. You don't build meter very fast in this matchup. Gun for grounded super stuff is just fine. It is indeed Oro's turtle. Oro has a bunch of animals. If Oro does one parry into stand strong, then close fierce from Yum will beat it. However, Oro can do one parry into throw. Or two parries. Yeah, in second impact he had like a dog, he had a parrot. He had like a bunch of animals. In this game he only has the turtle. Well, he presumably has the other animals, but he doesn't have a stage. Every character had a stage in second impact, but this game has more characters, and they redid every stage, so they kind of made some stage variations. Like Sean and Oro share a stage because they're both Brazilian. Ken and Alex share a stage because they're both American. But they made individual changes for the shared stages. It was a very common request to have the second impact stages in Third Strike OE, but they didn't do it for whatever reason. That all comboed. What's kind of funny is the stages in this game are actually different width. Nikki KO. I've personally played Nikki KO in this exact matchup. I think I won more than I lost. I'm like a lot, as Oro, I'm a lot more afraid of Nikki KO's Yun than Yang. Ooh. That was nice. Same roundhouse will dizzy. That dizzies too. Yes, I would teach my child to play fighting games. You kidding me? Easy. You think I'm supposed to pretend I don't know what they are? Alright, I just finished my rigatoni. That doesn't even combo. Doing baby combos there is good because it does less damage. And less damage is good because it means you get some meter. The super doesn't build any meter as you're doing it, but the follow-up combo does. Little optimizations. Young players try their best to play perfect. Yun is a character that can be extremely optimized. Meanwhile, every Aura player is just trying to be freeform as hell. I'm like not in a good place in my life to have a kid. I don't have enough control over anything. I'm not financially stable enough. Aura's doing pretty fucking well. But now. Super 1 but now. He's been picking that a lot lately. Super 1 is consistent. Yeah, the parry. Vanao really likes, I mean not parry, the taunt. Vanao really likes the taunt against Aura. Ryu's taunt speeds up his dizzy recovery by quite a lot. You can do up to 2 of them in a match, but 1 is usually enough. But Ryu is basically very, very, very hard to dizzy if he taunts at all. This recovers really quickly. It's not a bad idea if you can find the time. He had to parry a lot of hits there because the nanosecond he started parrying, Ryu was going to do like a hard tatsu or something like that, and it would have been like 9 parries before he could hit the ground. Nice. He didn't even confirm that. He was just doing it. See, look at this freeform. What did the Crouch Fierce do? Actually, I know what the Crouch Fierce did. Nice punish. That's a little bit of a risky punish if we don't EX it. Because Oro can stand into the Tatsu before he eats it. Oro's meter is arguably more dangerous than Ryu's, but Ryu builds meter a lot faster. So I have mixed feelings about both of them building meter at the same time. I'm maybe down. I don't want to make any sort of commitment. I guess I can. I'm in the mood to play some fighting games. I've got at least 30 minutes of footage left since there's some MKvsDCU here. Taunt again. Ryu doesn't have anything else to do there, and Oro can't quick stand. Ryu can approach, but I don't know. If Oro already has full meter, then backing up and whiffing some low strongs is not a bad play. If you've got some time. Ryu's meter's not useless. Weebmeister. Thanks. That's Shinku. What did he punish? I missed it. I was looking at the sub. That was like a wild... Oh, he punished an overhead? My man Ryu just whiff punished an overhead like nothing. Dashed back on an overhead. And then just supers. That was good. This is real hard to win. It's doable though. One chicken will actually build enough meter. Yeah. OS parry into mash the fuck out of jab. Very, very, very strong anti-air, just does no damage. Munakata. He's lucky he didn't command grab. Hit Banao midair. Parrying to stand forward has a bigger activation range than parrying to stand strong. You often get far strong, which is very useless. Nice, that was a Garfo. And that is a very hard to quick stand setup. Basically, the super eats your input, and then you need to do a new input in a very precise way. Nice. I've had that happen to me like 4 times, and only like 1 time I've been able to combo out of it. Dude, I just explained Ryu's taunt. It speeds up stun recovery. Loves the chicken stomp. Every R spams that move. What do you mean? It's like the core of, whoa, it didn't work. Well, it kind of worked. After a successful super EX Hadoken, probably some other attacks too. Maybe like a donkey kick. You're guaranteed to get anti-air low. Guaranteed to get a taunt off. It's not a huge factor against Super 2 Oro, but it's very good against Super 3 Oro. Yes. Oh, why? Because they wanted to do cute animations of Chun-Li. That's literally the only reason. Chun-Li can't taunt. Like, just outright cannot. She doesn't have a setup where she can taunt. Yes. There's only one taunt in the whole game that does nothing. It's Makoto's post dash punch taunt, and her normal taunt does something so. Some of the taunts are not that good. In fact, I would say most of them. There's probably like 6 or maybe 7 good taunts in the game. Oh, that was Oro had a kill combo. Oh my god. Wake up the low jab, see that you got parried, mesh, EXTP. Q has the best taunt, if that's what you're asking. There's no character with a taunt near as good as Q's. Chun-Li's backstretch is the only one that's even remotely as good, and she can't do it, whereas Q can. Dudley's taunt is quite good. Ken's taunt is okay. Um, Both of them just increase damage, but Dudley slows the Rose, which is useful. Toss taunt turns invisible, which is not too bad. Necro and Yang have taunts they can do after they get a stun that increases their damage, but they're hard to do in neutral. Akuma's taunt also increases his damage, and there are a couple instances where you can do it in neutral. Hugo's taunt increases his defense. It's quite good. That's like most of the useful ones. And then there's some that you do in very, very specific scenarios. Like Oro's taunt recovers his stun at like an insane rate, like 8 times normal speed, as long as you're holding it. So if you're nearly dizzy and you find some stand strong or something like that, you can cancel the taunt and get a bunch of stun back, and it's guaranteed. Like if you 8 a Denjin and then get a combo. If Ryu does like point blank, sure you can DP and it does like 90% of your stun bar, but it's unsafe. You could punish with stand strong, medium stomp, stand strong, medium stomp, stand strong, cancel the taunt. And then you can hold taunt for a little while. Yeah, Q's taunt is so good and so fast that you should absolutely use it all the time. Yeah. Hugo doesn't have that many attacks to set it up, is the key. He basically only gets it after like an ultra throw if he drops his follow-up, or like a shoot down backbreaker, or like I think a neutral throw. Yeah, the key with Q is that he's a close range character and he can't really do anything from far away except like fucking straight dash punch, which is not very menacing. So it's very easy to zone him. He's also very slow and stiff. But you can't really play runaway from Q because if you play runaway from Q, he can start taunting up. He's an up close character who forces you to come to him. You have to rush Q down. And the characters that aren't very good at rushing Q down, like maybe Remy or Chun-Li or something like that. Q basically gets his taunts guaranteed. This combo is so cool. That's the I haven't ever seen anyone do that. He's doing it again. This is the Hugo variation of wow. He actually got it start to finish. I've only done this in training mode. This is the Hugo variation of the infinite. It's quite hard because you have to do stand strong one hit into super. I mean into fireball. So this is the key. You have to do this. This is what makes it so hard. This is all like it's hard to time the hard stomps. That part's already not easy. One hit stand strong, fierce fireball, juggle a hard stomp. Stand strong again. You can just charge during this hard stomp, so that's not hard to charge. And then this part, jump over into stand strong into another fireball. You have to partition that. It's a really easy partition. You just have to start holding back at the right time. Basically, as soon as you cross over, you start charging in the new direction, and you'll only break your charge for like that is a good chin. You'll only break your charge for like a few frames. This is quite hard to do though. It's because of the cross-up charging. It's not exactly an easy juggle anyway, and you have to get a whole bunch of reps of it. That hard stomp is a bit hard to time. The rest of it's quite easy. That was really cool though. That was like a highlight for me. That was an insanely cool little combo. I'm not very good at those at all. He's clearly done his lab work. His normal setups work on like every character, except Hugo and Twins. Just all you have to do is vary up which version of the super you use. Um, his he has a Hugo version, and we just saw it. It actually works on a few other characters, but you'd rather just use normal version because it builds more meter. I think. Yeah, it does. Yeah, look at that. Get some parries. That's free meter. Nice throw. Um, and then twins have a. I don't know if they have a regular juggle. I think you have to do Crota setups against twins. I don't think there's a good way of doing non-Crota setups against them. You have to do like regular uppercut canceled to, or jump over into stand forward into regular uppercut canceled into super, which doesn't build very much meter, and it's also got some wanky charging. You have to do repeated setting moves into flash kicks. If the opponent's JP5, sometimes they'll just land. It's very random. I have a feeling it has something to do with nice. I have a feeling it has something to do with whether you cancel on the first frame or not, but I don't know. Surprised he hit close medium kick there. It's not exactly a great button against Chun-Li. Crouch medium kick is how most people close out rounds. Against Chun-Li. It's like the only button that Chun-Li actually trades with. All of your other buttons can lose. But crouch medium kick almost always trades. Nice stomp to avoid landing on the crouch medium kick. He could have just landed on it and parried it. But stomp was kind of cool too. In case she like back fierced him ATR and he like, you know, ate a super. I know what that means. Hoyoku ga aru. She's got that Hoyoku. Hoyoku exists. Hoyoku is. The key with Kuroda setups is they actually have no Nugi. The key with Kuroda setups is they actually have no chicken combo at all. Nice. That was an ATR. Or rather, it was a punish. Obviously, it was an ATR. Since she committed previously in the jump. That was a round start uppercut. Is that the biggest prayer I've ever seen in my life? And he got a fucking shooting quick stand. He got an unblockable off of it. Credit set up. Here we go. See what he does. He missed a dash. Ended up still salvaging it. That was a really nice pickup. That was a good salvage. Oh my god. Yeah, yeah, optimal. Optimal dizzy, optimal damage. This aura is really, really good. It's next, dude. Chill out. This video is not over. Let's watch 4 fucking Street Fighter 3 videos, but let's stop just before the 4th one. Just before the end of the 4th one. How about now? Damn, that is retarded. I'm sorry you had to find out like that. Makoto wakes up very slowly, and the hits for the super often stagger on her, so you can do some nasty stuff. You've got to use jab fireball on Makoto, which is kind of stressful. Oh my god, that was actually a punish. That was a punish. Stomp has a hitbox both ways. Chun-Li's just wide. That's literally all it is. Chun-Li is short and wide. Chun-Li's a big fat bitch. You can go over her with a jump that wouldn't go over other characters. Love this setup. That's an unblockable. I needed a Crota ender. This guy's got the modern tech. This is the aura that didn't used to exist a few years ago. He chose not to use meter to close out the last round and then abruptly lost. And then he burned a super to make sure he won. think that's what they were laughing about. They were saying Zetai Koro something. I forget what Zetai means, but Korosu is like kill. Oh, this will kill. Absolutely kill. Yeah. There you go. Safe setup. He didn't even go for the cross-up shenanigans. Makoto has lots and lots of freedom with your combo routes with Super 2 because she takes so damn long to wake up. That was a really good video. I'm gonna put that one on my like list. Added to liked videos. Alright, what we got here? The video's a bit cut off. There we go. No, it's not. It's not aligned though. Let's go ahead and fix that. There we go. Alright, so MK versus DC offline tournament at NEC in 2010. This game exists, by the way. Did you know? Before NetherRealm made MK9, before they made MKX, before they made Injustice 1 or 2, they made a game called Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe. It was the first fighting game where they actually tried to catch the tournament scene. They tried to make other fighting games competitive, but they tried, they didn't try to make them like, FGC competitive. And there's a lot of shenanigans in this game. Yeah, comboing out of a combo breaker is pretty cool. In MK, in like every MK game, it's traditional for like every character to have a projectile. Alright, that might have been a pro move. What are they called? Someone look up what they're... Yeah, it was an attempt at not Kusoge. And it was still Kusoge. I don't remember how well it sold. It seems like the kind of game that would sell really well. It's not that bad. It has some really, really good ideas. What is this? But they weren't like very well executed. It has like tournament. It has like FGC fighting game style combos, if you know what I mean. Comboing out of breakers is whack as fuck. It's like halfway between the deception combo and... Ooh, that's a lot. Yeah, it ended up being rated T because they weren't... DC wasn't really cool with like fatalities being performed on their characters. So fatalities are still in the game, I think. But the DC heroes don't do fatalities. It's only the MK characters plus the DC villains. And most of the fatalities are much more toned down. They're safer, if you know what I mean. The Joker wasn't there. Oh yeah, here we go. This is Kusoge. I think the Joker fatality was removed, wasn't it? Anyway, the DC heroes do heroic brutalities, where they fuck you up but don't kill you, because they don't kill. Yes, Shang Tsung has a fatality in MK9 where he just turns into a clown. It's not the Joker, but it's a clown, and he does the same fatality approximately. So the way this game, there's a lot of mechanics in this game. First of all, it's 3D. Unlike MK9 and MKX and Injustice. Ooh, this is like a fucking... It's like Flash Tray right here, almost. Um, there's a lot of special moves. I don't know the name of it. I wish I knew what the name of it was. A lot of special moves have like an added, just frame added hit. Like those might have been some of them. I don't remember what the effect was when you do one. But basically, if you do like an input at a precise time, you can get like added damage and added hits, and maybe like added combo potential or something like that. If there's ever been any character in any fighting game who should ever have a one-frame move, it is the Flash. Rage. I don't know that much about the mechanics of this game. It's before they had EX. EX was a really good addition to MK9. So you can like do it's like a gambling system, I guess. You can hit buttons, and if they hit the same buttons as you, they can like flip you around. But if they don't hit the same buttons as you, you do damage to them. And then, you know, whoever's on top. It's like a little bit like the stage transitions of Injustice, except there's an interactive little game, and playing the interactive little game is optional for the offender. This is MK versus DC, yeah. The thing about the clashes in Injustice is there's an educated way to do it. With the falling combos in this game, it's basically random. I don't think there's any sort of values assigned to the 4 buttons. It's just a guessing game. So that was a breaker, and he comboed 25% off of it. All I gotta say is delete this. I feel like it looks okay. Chip on, it has to be. Well, I shouldn't say it has to be, but chip on normals is like standard for MK. It's pretty high. Yeah, he still has that move, sort of. They brought that move back. The combos in this game are pretty cool. It's like fun to hit combos. That's literally a Nomad Dash, dude. He might have. I don't know. Yeah, this game is like utterly outclassed by MK9, which in and of itself is a Kusoge. What's going on? He got stuck. Huh. Well, that's unfortunate. Imagine being killed by certain attacks meant that your opponent got a round start combo on the next round. I mean, that's an extremely Kusoge feature. Comboing from breakers at all is nasty as hell. Something about that just feels wrong. That's how Green Lantern's getting like most of his damage. Oh, no fatalities though. Is that a fucking Liu Kang? I'm down with some Liu Kang. This is a canon-ass matchup right here. Oh yeah. That's not even so different from MK9 combos. Or MKX, I mean. Actually, neither. That flip kick used to be one of his fatalities in MK1 and MK2. with Liu Kang, they like he was the only character in MK1 who didn't have a fatality, or he kind of did. He had that thing. He had an attack where he like jumped at you that was only usable during finish him, but it doesn't seem to kill the opponent. It just kind of knocks him away. And I guess the justification was Ed Boon didn't really want Liu Kang. He wanted a character who didn't kill. But then in MK2 it was just like, fuck it. So they just made it so Liu Kang turns into a dragon in E2. I don't even know if Darkseid and Shao Kahn are like good. They might be balanced. Well, as much as anything in this game is balanced. They weren't like the true boss character. The true boss character was uh Dark Khan, who was like Shao Kahn crossed with Darkseid. Shao Kahn and Darkseid actually have a hell of a lot in common. Alright, let's get a fatality, please. Damn. Captain Marvel. Sub-Zero. This matchup has only been possible in this specific game. Yeah, he still has that move. He does that in the comics, I think. Well, he had it in Injustice 1. He doesn't even exist anymore. He's dead. Scorpion was Injustice 1, Sub is Injustice 2. Captain Marvel is old as fuck. He might predate, like, Marvel the company. He's like a fucking 30s superhero. Good lord, prepare to not play anyone. A lot of thought very clearly went into this game. This game has like a combo trial mode, and the combos are actually pretty interesting. The problem is it's not super well balanced, and also the game is full of bugs. This game has a kind of whack roster. I get that they only had some DC characters and they wanted to make both sides even. But, I don't like the MK inclusions. There were a lot of people who I would have liked to play who aren't in the game. They got most of the good MK characters. Raiden's always had that teleport and it's always cheap. I'm watching an MK versus DC tournament. Why do I need another one? Marvel the company predates Captain Marvel by 1 year. I don't even know what just happened. The British and the American Dennis the Menace came out like the same year. Like the same month or something like that. They have nothing to do with each other. Is that like a throw? Throw leads to a guess scenario? You can really see how like both Injustice and MK9 happened based on this game. Like obviously not just the characters involved, but like the mechanics. Reminder that Raiden is actually pronounced Raiden and they've never ever pronounced it correctly in any single MK game. Whatever, dude, he's a god. Why can people not talk about MK without mentioning cross-ups? I'm somewhat willing to accept the pronunciation of Raiden, since whatever. He's an everyone god, not a Japanese god. Maybe the Japanese pronounce his name a different way from other people. You're that ninja. Actually, it was Raiden who, I mean, it was Raiden who said that. In, to, Olga. What was the name of the ninja in MGS2? It wasn't Gray Fox. What did she say? She said, "Call me Deep Throat." I forget what she was referred to as. It's been too long. Cyborg Ninja. Didn't give it a name. So why exactly did Vamp not bite Iroquois Pliskin? Mr. X. Jin is just the Shin kanji, which means God, Kami. And the Rai is lightning, I guess? Biggest jobber in the MK universe? Probably Baraka. Baraka's like never won anything ever. He's just stated to be strong. Shujinko fucking does a lot of work, dude. Shujinko not only kills the strongest being in the universe, who also is the universe, but also kills like or defeats the Elder God, Elder God chosen fucking Earth fucking planet protector. Shujinko like does the least jobbing of any character. Shujinko pretty much bodies everyone he fights. In lore, Shujinko's power level is high as fuck. I like Shujinko, he's cool. That punish. Yeah, the Elder Gods are big jobbers. The Elder Gods do a whole lot of nothing over the course of the whole series. The Elder Gods do like one thing ever. The Elder Gods gave Raiden Elder God power in the end of MK9, and he used it to kill Shao Kahn. That was it. That is the one time the Elder Gods did anything at all. I like that it's just common knowledge to everyone except Scorpion. That Scorpion's being used. Raiden just knows. Raiden might know everything. The games aren't really clear on that. He's like borderline omniscient. Reptile is Reptile makes a lot of tactical retreats, if you will. He's like content to job. He like doesn't try to win that hard. Going gets bad, he leaves. Frost is a big jobber. Frost never wins anything. She's beaten by Cassie in the comics. She's beaten by Sub-Zero in the game. She's beaten by the characters she tries to beat to impress Sub-Zero in the game. She basically never wins. Raiden did his best to not fuck things up. Most of the decisions he made weren't bad decisions in a vacuum. They just didn't work. Kira's like, hey, we made a red female ninja. And then in MK9, they're just like, hey, we made a red female ninja, her name is Scarlet. Was that Kira? Was she even a female ninja? She was like, was she one of, it's like her and like, what's his name, Mavato? She one of his crowd? The fucking clan members I like just forget about so fast. The Red Dragon and the Black Dragon. I don't give two shits about those groups. Katana is one of the most interesting combo characters in basically every game she's in. Combo routes for her are super free. No, I'm probably going to play some MVCI pretty soon. I guess I can look at a high fight tweet that's Monop. Right, where were we? Oh, you're free now? I don't want to watch this whole video. Well, I do, but I'd rather play some MVCI. I'm booting up.